Rightio, for SBSR, Southern Bred, Southern Red, I am joined by Katrina Price and David Kennedy. Hello, guys.
Hello, Paul. Happy New Year.
Welcome.
It is a happy new year, and both you guys are up and about. We'll touch on racehorses in a second, but of course we're here to promote the sale, if you like, and the draft. And of course we've got the catalogues are out now, and they're here in Australia. So if anyone's after one of the NZB Standardbred sales catalogues, I've got some. You can also contact them because they've got plenty here in Sydney that they can mail out directly and go from there. And we're going to talk about, I suppose, a few things, if you like, but let's just sit back and recap the end of 2024. You guys may not have wanted it to finish, especially yourself, Katrina. What a way Republican Party finished off the season for you.
Yeah, no, it was great. Him getting sort of back-to-back Group 1 wins, so at either end of the country. So, yeah, no, that was terrific. So, yeah, come at a great time of the year, and as you said, a really nice way to finish it up. There's
some talk he's going to come to Australia and that off the back of those runs, which was outstanding. I mean, you know, the horse on the front cover, Merlin, he actually beat him fair and square. So I think he was also. But Dave, it wasn't just left to Katrina. You didn't have a bad night either, mate.
No, we had a lovely night with Treacherous Gal winning the listed Magnus Benner race. So, yeah, we were delighted. A few people with very sore ears in the Riverton Hotel.
SBSR, anyone wondering, I suppose we probably should, because there'll be some people that won't be aware of what SBSR stands for. It's Southern Bred, Southern Red. So it's a group of breeders, and I had a number. How many all up do you know that are a part of the SBSR group now?
Oh, sort of loosely, and that's, yeah, we sort of have it's quite a loose membership. That basically, if you've ever entered a horse in it, you're a member. So, yeah, I guess, yeah, over 50 anyway, but there's sort of a hardcore group kind of probably 20 here that, you know, are typically there from year to year.
And there's 14 preparers. I've got to be careful because there'll be breeders in that have given them to other people as well. But there are 14 preparers this year with the SBSR moniker next to their name. And you'll be able to see that above the you guys' heads there. That logo will be, you know, emblazoned everywhere. And it basically means Southern Bred, Southern Red. And, you know, it stands for quality. And the horses that you guys have bred over the journey, even just in the last couple of years, it's just been outstanding. It's something that I've enjoyed and been a part of, and been able to be to enjoy it. You guys, you know, bat above your weight division, if you like.
Yes, well, we've had a good run, and you know, Southland's renowned for producing top quality horses. You know, we've got great soil, good climate, and pastures are. Well, I think we've got the Kentucky of Australasia, to be honest.
Yeah, I do love going there. I didn't get there this year, but I do enjoy it. It is beautiful. Is it still green there?
Yeah, it's looking lovely.
It's not green here in Australia. I was even in Gippsland the other day, which is always notoriously green, and it's terrific. Katrina, there's a couple of little things we want to touch on. We're going to highlight 12 yearlings tonight. We're going to be doing a couple more of these. We'll also at the complex at Canterbury, and I should say that too, these horses will all go up for offer on the 18th of February. This is at Canterbury RDA, for people wondering, but effectively it's the Christchurch sales complex. A lot of people will know it better as that. That is on the 18th, and then on the 15th, which is the Saturday, they'll go under the hammer at Auckland at Karaka. So the 15th and the 18th are the two dates to realise. But HRNZ have announced a couple of exciting initiatives. They announced another one today, which I think will have a flow-on effect of the sales, but not necessarily in regards to this next generation. But pretty exciting way to try and get new investment, if you like, into inner harness racing, not just into the breeding game, but actually into harness racing and try and grow the sport from a younger version, if you like, Katrina.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, no, so really positive that there seems to actually be a succession plan now being recognised and implemented to, if you like, welcome the next generation of participants into harness racing, whether that be new trainers, drivers, owners and breeders. So, yeah, and also sires, which is what we're going to be highlighting today with the next gen sired yearlings out of the SBSR draft.
Yeah, and it is geared around, I suppose, people that haven't achieved anything, and I don't mean that in a nasty way, because there's no other way really of saying it, and also stallions that probably haven't had the chance of putting their foot on the ground. This is one thing I did like about this. So the next generation, you have a sire. So for 2025, this is the horses in this sale. You can see the stallions there listed. I can tell you from the SBSR draft, you've got a couple of Captain Crunches, Stay Hungry, Lather Up, King of Swing, Bold Eagle, Tomoko, Tall Dark Stranger, and Better's Wish, all represented there. But you also get the opportunity to be a part of the next gen as a trainer. If you haven't had a Group 1 winner before, you can be one of the next generation trainers. And that, we just said there, was capped off just a couple of days ago, January 1. So if you get a Group 1 winner after that, you're still eligible for this for the 2025 season. But then also the ownership and some terrific bonuses here, Katrina, with this. It's exciting, not just to get people to go to the sales and buy a horse, but to stay in the racing game, if you like, and be a part of it.
Yeah, exactly. So HRNZ have teamed up with NZB Standardbred and also NZTAB. And so there are $50,000 bonuses on each of the 3 Harness Million races for 2-year-olds. So that's colts, fillies, and then trotters. So, and it's $50,000 for the first next gen eligible horse across the line. So don't have to win it, don't have to place. You've just got to be the first across the line. And so there's 3.
And just of that 50, 35,000 will go to the owner, 10,000 to the trainer, and 5,000 to the breeder. I mean, it's just huge incentive to people to be a part of this scheme, this idea, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. I mean, it's a significant incentive, isn't it? $50,000 and the way that it's divided up. And then in addition to that, then there's also a $5,000 second start 2-year-old second start bonus as well. So all your horse has to do is start 2 times as a 2-year-old and $5,000. So $4,000 to the owner, $1,000 to the trainer. It is limited to the first 90 horses. So I guess it's just going to be a case of getting them out and starting 2 times, which isn't completely unachievable considering that they're 2-year-olds right through to the 31st of December. So nice way to get a little bit of payback. Yeah,
your audio's just dropped down, but it'll come up. I've got no doubt it will pick up in a sec. That one threw me. I saw the $5,000 bonus 2-year-old second. I presume that was second win.
No.
So they don't have to have won a race even. They just have two race starts.
Yeah.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great idea. A lot of people have, like I know Tasmania reward people once a horse makes the races as well, and things along those lines. They reward the breeder. Cool idea, because there's some amazing stat about horses only having one start and then never being seen again. You wonder if they get an opportunity. So, that's a pretty cool incentive. I will be catching up with I forgot the gentleman's name all of a sudden, Matty Peden. I'm going to catch up with him at some stage to go through it as well beforehand. And also, James Jennings, Cambrai, they'll be across it from NZB as well. So there'll be plenty of information coming out. But it's really exciting. And basically, so what we're doing today, Katrina, is actually going to just highlight the 12 horses from the SBSR draft that are in this sale, effectively.
Yes, correct. Yeah, and I know that HRNZ are doing sort of a roadshow on this. So, for instance, at Omakau today, they've got a kiosk there manned and sort of with brochures and lots of information, and they'll be going around a number of the sort of the holiday racing circuits. I know they're going to be at Cromwell. So, yes, there's plenty of ways to get more information on this.
Yep, and I did see one out the other day. So, no, very, very good, very exciting. Still plenty of time, but there's effectively only 6 weeks really to your sales. So and sort of with the pathways, if you're an established trainer, a Group 1 winning trainer, and you're already an established owner, then you're either going to have to look at these horses that are next gen side, or you're going to have to go out and bring in new partners, so new owners, either new or young. So so they probably need that bit of time on the ground to actually get themselves organised if they want to make themselves eligible for this. And there's great opportunity with the sires. As I said, there's some terrific sires there eligible, some real intrigue as well with some of those. So it's not like they're horses that haven't done anything in their own right. They're already leaving winners, a couple of these, and then there's a couple of others that they're got some great breeding behind them, Tall Dark Strangers and the likes. But as wish, they're going to hit the ground this year, so there's going to be a lot of intrigue into those horses as well.
Yeah, exactly. And in the past, perhaps there hasn't been an incentive to purchase these. Everybody wanted to wait until they were proven, but I think, with this new initiative, it makes sense that, you can take a risk and yeah, have a look at some of these sires. And as you said, they're highly credentialed. So, yeah, there's going to be some good buys there.
Yeah. What has the feedback been like from people?
Oh, well, I think you'd have to ask Bred still that.
Yes,
Yeah.
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 I don't think it's been out long enough for people to really get on board and see what it's about, but I think it's very exciting.
Yeah.
And once it's commonly known amongst the trainers and future owners, I think it'll be excellent.
Katrina, you were probably aware of a lot of the discussion parts around it prior to it. Dave, when you were first made aware of it, what were your initial thoughts?
I thought it had great potential, to be honest. I think it's something, it's a pathway for young people, young trainers and new owners to get some stakes that get some bonuses that probably haven't been available in the past. And I think it's a great pathway into ownership. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, it's probably one of those things that has been missing in New Zealand. We got a lot of bonuses and incentives over here, but it's one of those things, and to embrace it going ahead. There's so many positive things happening in New Zealand. It's just another facet to it. Rightio, we can talk all day. Now, we've got some pictures with some of the horses, but it is early in the preparation, although photos and videos will be starting to get done, I would imagine, over the next few weeks. We've got a few photos, so we'll definitely put those photos up. We'll also put the footage, the pedigrees of these horses going up, I suppose, is the best way. But if either of you to have something else to add, make sure you come over the top of me, won't you?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. I have got some notes that have been supplied by some of the vendors for some of the horses, so I can read those. Yep.
Rightio. First one to be offered. Now, it's not the first one for SBSR, and it may not be the first one for Timmy White as well, and hello to Timmy. But this is the first of the next generation size, and you'll be able to see that. I actually should put that up. How do I do that? That button there. So it's actually at the top there. It's got the next generation side, but it also has here on the addendum along the side there as well. So you can't really miss it. It's actually going to come twice. Plus, I believe they'll have stickers on the day, Katrina. Is that correct?
I understand that they are, yeah. And the other thing is that if you want to look at the entire SBSR draft, just type in SBSR in the search bar on the online catalogue, and then that will bring up the 60 odd horses that are in the SBSR draft. So, and that's probably the easiest way to go through these 12 horses that we're looking at.
Just give me one sec, because I'll actually show people how easy that is to do. So basically, I can do it this way. It's easy. So we'll go like this. So this is the page. We're already on the Christchurch one, but of course, national yearlings. So just upcoming sales. When you go to NZB Standardbreds, click on the Christchurch link, and then down here, in here you can put whatever you like. Like you can just type in 330, and that will bring up a horse. But what Katrina was just saying just then to do is if you just go SBSR and hit enter, and that will bring up the entire SBSR draft. It's a great little search tool, and that will run through 59 of your yearlings, I believe, Katrina.
Yes, that's
yep.
Right, Paul.
Just got to give me 2 secs now. I got to get back to me the horse I was after, but we'll get there. It's fine. It is so easy, and there's a couple of other little things I do love about their site where you can go click on the mare and you can see what horses sold for last year and the year before as well. So it's a pretty important little tool that is. There is one horse I think in the sale that I did look up yesterday. Rightio, lot number 140 is the first one. It's actually named. This is a black filly, Honeybee. I think who's starting this one? Oh, it won't matter. I'll just throw to you guys, and one of you will go from there.
Dave will be doing the next one because that's his own. So
very good. So this is a Captain Crunch filly, Katrina.
Yes, yeah. First foal from a winning Better's Delight mare, and she's a full sister to Kendrick, who's won over $250,000 in stakes. It's the family of Texican who won over $1 million, including the Group 1 New Zealand size stakes 3-year-old final, and then another 32 USA wins. So by Captain Crunch, and out of a Better's Delight. So it's the same cross as Gem Quality, who of course was the US 2-year-old Breeders' Crown champion, and caught the eye, who recently went 154.9 at Ashburton. So it looks like that could be a really successful cross with the Crunch over the Better's Delight. Yeah.
And we spoke off air before we came on here, and I think Crunch is going to end up being the 5th leading sire here in Australia. He'd be 5th or 6th anyway, 2-year-old sire, which is an amazing effort for a first season. And he's bred along those same lines as Sweet Lou. And remember what people sort of were suggesting about Sweet Lou early on, and you can't find them now, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it, is that he, came very highly credentialed with his race record and also his pedigree. He's out of that Sweet Lou family, as you said. I just very quickly went through and looked at the qualifiers. So I put him as second with the number of 2-year-old qualifiers here in New Zealand. So Better's Delight had 60 and he had 58. So, they obviously can get up and go. Yeah. Yep. So the notes that I have from the vendor: nice family at a Better's Delight mare whose sister has run 150 in the US, bred for speed from a family with a strong list of young horses, good size filly with a nice way of going and with a great nature.
Very good. That's lot 140. Lot 154. Now, we have a photo of this one, Dave. I'll throw the photo up before that, but this is a Stay Hungry at a Louis Gallion. This is not a bad family. There's a couple of important little updates, a Queensland update, Dave, as well, to happen with this horse.
Right.
With Duke of Wellington.
Yeah, Duke of Scotland.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yes. Duke of Scotland.
Yeah.
149.
Yeah.
Yeah, 149.1, Dave. Sorry, over to you.
Yeah, and Treacherous Gal just won again last night, so that's out of a half sister to the mother, and also Cheer the Captain won a 2-year-old race at Auckland at his first start the other night, and it's out of another half sister.
So there's present winners here all the time. I think Duke of Scotland, I think I looked at him the other day, he's now won, I think it's 8 or 9, but yeah, set a best mark the other night of 149.1. And he's out of Galleon's Honour, so he sits in here with Duke of Cornwall, Duke of Wellington, and then now you've got another horse with a 149.1 next to his name. So it's a black type family. It's very current, as you said there before, Dave. Treacherous Gal, the next family down here, Spanish Armada. Great family, this one here. And, of course, Stay Hungry, that Some Beat Some line, Steam.
Yeah, no, he's a nice big colt, lovely natured horse, lovely to work with, and, very correct.
Very, very good. Next one is lot 157. This is a King of Swing at a Luminance colt for Braveview Limited. I've actually got a picture, haven't I, Katrina? Yes. I did have a picture. Hang on.
Yeah, I think we just skipped 155.
155.
We best so we'll actually go back. Sorry about that, to the connections with 155, the Nevilles. We'll go back to the Lather Up. This is a Lather Up colt out of Love to Rock.
Yeah, this is a really interesting one. So if we start off with Lather Up, he was the world's fastest pacer over 1 mile and an eighth that broke 2 world records. So he's got that real speed. 27th of December, he sired the Quinella in the 2-year-old race at Gore. And then Debbie Lincoln looks like she's very promising. She's put together a couple of really nice ones in Auckland. This particular horse, 155, he's the second foal from a half sister to the legendary Terror to Love. The first foal's already a good winner. And if you're interested in breeding, I see this one's a 4x4 reverse sex duplication of Direct Scooter, so you'd think that there's plenty of speed there to add to the legendary toughness of Terror to Love.
It's interesting you say about that Direct Scooter. I know a few people just say, "Oh, you've got to have a scooter in your family," and you've got that double up there. And when you look at the two stallion, or this Western Hanover line, but you also got the in the pocket. We know what sort of job he did. We talked about stallions there before, Katrina, and Lather Up. As you said, he Quinella the race at Gore Friday just gone, and very, very impressive. Both the first and second horses both come from a long way back, but a little bit, I suppose, Captain Crunch probably just need that little bit more time in a way that they seem to be going now later in the season.
Yeah, I think typically you find that with a lot of, new sires, isn't it? Is that sometimes their first season isn't indicative of what they're going to do long term. It sometimes can take a bit of time for trainers to work out how to train them and, all those types of things, and breeders to learn, what are the best, nicks and what type of mare to send to them and that. So, yeah, that's, sometimes that first season can be quite tough, but not really an indication of where they're kind of going to end up, in their siring, accomplishments.
one of the things I'm fortunate enough to do a little bit with New Zealand harness racing, I suppose, and I keep an eye on the winners. Terror to love, doesn't he do an awesome job as a stallion? Like, it's a great family. He was a champion horse. I don't know how many Group 1s he ended up winning, but he's done an awesome job as a stallion. I mean, he'll never reach the heights of some of the superstars, but he's awesome.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, and probably just once again kind of indicates, we kind of have a bit of a set against our own colonial stallions, don't we? That they kind of got to work twice as hard to, match, what our imported ones do. So
they don't get the nice mares that the imported stallions seem to get. Why, I don't know, but he has done a great job from limited opportunities with good mares.
Yeah, no, it's a unique one. I do know I'd wear a Woodlands hat, so people wondering. I know it says here that Latherup's a sire of 21 runners for 5 winners. I think that's in Australia and New Zealand. It's definitely more than that, of course, the horse you said the other day, but I think he's about 9 or 10 winners now for the season so far. So those stats, people are going to you got to keep on top of those stats and be aware of them. So, yeah. Right, now I'll go back to this photo that I had up before. Lot 157. This is the King of Swing. Now, we're talking about colonial stallions. I'm going to go with Dave, but King of Swing at Illuminance, I'll go with. This colt is a lovely looking colt, but highlighting New Zealand breeding again. Wow, the screen didn't switch over. King of Swing, he was a champion racehorse, but he's got those beautiful Kiwi bloodlines as well, and he's been given every chance to make it as a sire. So this is going to be a unique opportunity for someone. This horse.
Yeah, no, I really like King of Swing. I've bred to him myself this year. He's been a Group 1 winner at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. He's gone under 150 mile rate. What is it? 11 times, Katrina.
Yeah.
And as you said, the family of Twist and Twirl and Better Twist, the progeny are eligible for the 100,000 2-year-old colts and geldings and fillies 100,000K Comedy Equine Classic, and restricted to their size. So that's added prize money too for them. So it's a pretty good deal, really. Yeah,
it is indeed. And then Luminance. You go from royalty, as you said, with Twist and Twirl, and then you go to the One Dream family. Like, it's got that double tick, if you like, and it's quite interesting. Katrina, you said there before about the direct scooter. Of course, this also has that, but also has the Abercrombie and the Arts Place doubled up so nicely on both sides there in the pedigree.
It's a very nice pedigree, and like One Dream was she was a real magic mare. She won 8 Group 1s, and there's the third foal from a mare that won 4, including in size stakes heat. So and there's a nice 2-year-old filly and work with Mark Jones. So it's a very good family, really, and it keeps on producing classic winners.
Yeah, and strength.
The filly itself's got a impeccable temperament, a strong and very mature type, a lovely filly.
It's a colt, Dave.
Oh, colt, sorry, yeah.
Don't do that to me. Sorry about that. No, you're all good. That's fine. I was like, I'm in trouble. Then I thought, no, NZB are in trouble. No, we're all good. So it's definitely a colt. There's horses back there in that pedigree too, like Hawkeye Pierce. He's just a wonderful horse. He's cruelled by running seconds. He just a couple of sliding door moments. He could have had 9-10 wins to his name as well. So back there in that family. So it's an amazing family. But realistically, with the next generation, it's Kiwi royalty on both sides there with that family, and that's what people are after.
Oh, absolutely, it is Kiwi royalty. There's no question about that. And King of Swings by Rock and Roll Hanover, well, they don't come any better, do they?
No. And I think the other thing we've got to remember too with King of Swing, he was a magic horse. He actually stands up. He stood up like this horse does. He was a magic horse to look at. I remember fortunate enough to see him a few times race in Australia, and he was just a beautiful horse. He was a boy. He knew he was a lad, but he also stood like a statue pre-racing and things like that. He was just magic to look at, that's for sure. Now, Katrina, I reckon we're going to throw to you for this one because I'm pretty sure this one is yours. This one here is lot 166. This is a lovely lovely colt. Sorry, Dave, you got to me now.
Yeah, we're all doing it.
A lovely colt by Bold Eagle out of a Muscle Hill mare. Now, this is a huge opportunity for someone to buy some real royal bloodlines, Katrina.
Yes. So this is one that I'm preparing on behalf of Nathan and Katie Williamson and Ross Jones. So if we first of all look at Bold Eagle, he's the third richest of all time behind Varane and Moneymaker. He himself is the son of Ready Cash. And although he's new to New Zealand, he's actually already proven in Sweden and France, so already leaving Group 1 winners over there. Then if we carry on to the maternal side, and you'll see the royalty continues on. So out of a race-winning daughter of Muscle Hill. And then the second dam is Jasmine's Gift, who won 17 wins. So, when you go through all that, look at the sires that's in the pedigree, Ready Cash, Love You, Muscle Hill, Sundon, the 4 of the most successful sires in the world in New Zealand. So he's the first foal. He's a big, strong colt, as you can see there with the photo. And he's got a really good length of body. So, yeah, there's a lot of ticks in his boxes.
Yeah, there is. And what you said there, you're right too, when you say that Muscle Hill, and you got the Sundon. It's just ridiculous, the job that Sundon did. It says here now 77 million kroner, so I don't know exactly what that equates to, but it doesn't matter. It's still a mighty effort. So he's already, as you said, Katrina, rightfully so, he is a proven sire over there. But I've recently done a podcast with Pat Driscoll, and he tells a story about Ready Cash and the job that he is doing in France. Most of their sires are by him. There's no mistake why. He's such a good sire, does a great job. And interesting enough, they've done a few outcrosses, and guess what they used? Muscle Hill mares. So they changed things up. So this is a cross and a what works. And it's a magic opportunity, lot 166, that's for sure. And he looks a nice quiet colt too, Katrina. You sent me 3 or 4 photos of him, and he looks pretty.
Yeah, so I didn't have my glasses on, so I just quickly raced down and thought I better take some photos. So, yeah.
Yeah, but he definitely looks very, very relaxed, that's for sure. All right, Dave, you're going back to King of Swing. Now we know about those, and he definitely throws a stamp. That's 177, and I'll grab 157 back up. Both very upstanding horses. So you can already see that King of Swing's throwing a nice stamp on them, isn't he?
Oh, it certainly has. Yeah, that's quality, isn't it?
Yeah.
And King of Swing himself was a magnificent stallion, and Ray Green told me he's the best horse, beautiful temperament, lovely colt to work with. So yeah, that's after talking to Ray, that's why I decided to actually give King of Swing a go this year, to be honest.
So this horse here, 177 and 157, both for Braveview Limited. This is another black colt. They're out of similar families. They go back to that One Dream family.
One Dream, yes.
This is one generation further away. So it's out of the Better's Delight mare and One Hopeful Dream, who is out of Hopes and Dreams, which is a Christian Cullen, and then a Dream Away. And there's no mistake while I'm saying that. Sorry, I didn't realise I didn't have that up. There's no mistake while I'm not saying that, because I mean, all of those are what you want to tick a box when you want your maternal lines, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. And Hopes and Dreams won 7. So, it's a family that keeps producing winners, to be fair, and good ones.
Yep, exactly. And we went through those just before.
Yeah.
But yeah, just another lovely colt. And as we said there, you can see just with that picture, if I can find it again, just a lovely upstanding colt, and got a nice head carriage, that's for sure. So that's 177. Geez, you still have worked this out well, haven't you, Katrina? I'm pretty confident you're going to be doing lot 178. This on behalf of the Whites and One Over Lodge. This is a horse called Tomoko Stars, Chestnut filly, and again, buying horses with pedigrees, and that the old, well, they say 2 for 1 when you get a filly. This one ticks a lot of boxes, especially with the Kiwis, and a lot of uniqueness, if you like, something a bit different.
Yeah, this one here's got huge residual value, as a brood mare. So first of all, by Tomoko, he's France's richest ever trotter. He won the elite lot twice, and he's the first elite lot winner to ever sire an elite lot winner. So once again, even though he's new here in New Zealand, he's proven in Europe. So the filly herself, she's out of a 5-win Love You daughter of the great one over Kenny, who won 32 races and over $1 million in stakes. Yeah, she's the third foal. The first foal looked at the stars, second in the Northern Trotting Derby. The page is just full of top performance, Over the Moon, Ultimate Stride. Looked at the stars also was third in the slot race on show day, so the new race here in New Zealand. And Vendor's Notes, very athletic type with correct conformation and sweet attitude. So, yeah, as I said, I think if you're looking for a future trotting, not only race filly, but also brood mare, should have to be one that you'd look at.
But I mean this in a nasty way either. I think Manners looked to the stars. He's already got a nice record as it is, $48,000, just finishing his third year career. But just a couple of little times, if his Manners had been at his peak, his race record would look a lot different too.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, he's a lovely horse. But that is a unique opportunity. I looked up the horse and Arafat. You can see there the double cross. It's pretty hard to sometimes find some of these horses. But obviously, both times there on the maternal sides with Guilty of Love being the dam of Love You, but then also Kiss Me and Condolence. So obviously a great sire of the mares, and this has been a filly. So it is very unique. He's well regarded. I just couldn't understand a lot of the writing or the reading that I was trying to Google. But but being on both sides, like he's the sire of the mother of Love You. So it's a unique opportunity for someone that wants to get some truly international bloodlines into their barn and go from there. Yeah,
well, basically 3/4 of the pedigree is French, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, it is, and champion French with Love You and the likes going on there. Dave, lot number 203. This is the Tall Dark Stranger at a Schnitzy Putzi. I hope I said that right. And
it's Schnitzy Putzi, so I've been told, and it means sweet pea. So Rob Carr told me.
It does. I Googled it, and I'm glad. Sweet pea or sweet apple, and there's a few different names for it, but it's all safe. When I looked at it, I was like, "Oh, I've got to be careful here with this one." But what a lovely colt this horse is. Stands up beautifully, and of course, being by Tall Dark Stranger, who ticks a lot of boxes in that breeding barn as well.
Yeah, well, Tall Dark Stranger was a super race horse, won 19 out of 21, I think. Better's Delight out of an Art Major, so it's a cross that certainly works. And the colt's out of a Christian Cullen mare, which is a half sister to One Change, and the third dam's left Changeover. So it's a family that can really leave top horses. So yeah, he's a lovely colt. Half brother, a 2-year-old this year. He went very, very good. And another filly, Sweet Edition. She's a 3-year-old. She won about 3 on end over in Australia. So, yeah, the mare's just starting to tick a few boxes.
And I think you'll find their pedigree updates. I think one of those is a win. That's a third at Bathurst. No, she might have won. I think she might have won the other night, this filly as well. So there's another win there for her. And then, of course, you got One Change. And then you go down to Changeover, who doesn't need a lot of promoting in himself as well. But another ripping family for the Kiwis all the way through.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's a nice family, and he's a lovely colt.
He is indeed. Sorry, I ran out of page, and then I got to turn pages, and I actually turned to a blank page, which wasn't smart. Michelle Craig, she has got lot number 211. I think Michelle's got 2 in the sales, but one of the horses is eligible for the next generation. Katrina, this is another Bold Eagle, and she's like the Wind colt.
Yes, yeah. So it's from a race-winning sister to 9 winners. So including Pretty Sunday, who was in multiple group placings, and then you go back. Third dam was the Great Mare Marinai. So
Wow.
Yeah. So Sun Mist, she's been a terrific, consistent producer. Basically just about everything has won races. So yeah, so it's a good family to be getting into there.
It's one thing about that family too, and a lot of them have ended up over here in Australia, but the longevity of the progeny, they continue to race for a long time as well. I think that's one of the highlights of them, and then going into the breeding barn and breeding on afterwards.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
And go from there. And of course, Bold Eagle, we spoke about Bold Eagle there before. He's got a great name, a limited edition. So Yeah, it's actually a very nice name, and he's a colt, and he's obviously eligible for that. It's quite unique, the amount of trotters that you've got down there in the deep south now too, which I like. It's exciting actually. So yeah.
Yeah, and probably indicates too that, a lot of our new stallions have been in the trotting gate, haven't they?
Yep.
We've been getting more additions of, new stallions, trotting stallions than pacing stallions.
And top quality too.
Yeah.
Like, we've got the best of the best, really, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yep, definitely. Right, Tim and Julie White, which button am I after this one here? They prepare this horse here, Carry On Captain. It's definitely not named after Tim. We know that much. We can rest assured it's not named after Timmy, but he's got a great name. Another bay colt out of the Better's Delight mare in Better Move On. This is the third foal.
Yeah, and she's from a 14 race winner, Banyana, which was the Albion Park Horse of the Year. So, it's a good family too.
It is indeed. And then plenty of winners going back there a little bit with Unofficial. Got to go Ralphie as well, going back through there. But yeah, like a Captain Crunch out of a Better's Delight mare. We know the job that Better's Delight does over the journey. And so, yeah, third foal out of that mare. And of course, both all eligible for the next generation. So
yeah, well, the first foal of the mare's qualified, and the second foal was sold at the yearling sales. Had a run late as a yearling, running 2:11.7 last quarter in 29. So he's a strong, and no reason he shouldn't be an early 2-year-old. He's got a superb nature and a lovely walk. And again, he's bred on the same cross as Jim, the good one, American Quality. Yeah, out of Better's Delight mare, Crunch, Better's Delight mare. So it's a cross that really works.
We know those crosses that do work now. Years gone by, they didn't seem to work, but they definitely, with the way our racing styles happen, they definitely do equate, and people are copying, a lot of what works. So that's, good update too as well with because she won Breeders' Crown, Gem Quality. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, she won the won the one. I reckon Timmy's taken the mickey out of me. Surely this horse isn't named after him either, but handsome. I presume, I'm not, Katrina, I think we go with you with this one here, but this is by Better's Wish. This is the first offering up of the Better's Wish under yearling sale opportunity for people, and he was a great horse himself, Better's Wish, and hopefully I think a lot of people are looking forward to seeing these horses sell and see how they go.
Yes, yeah. Well, I mean, sort of all accounts, they're, lovely looking horses. He is himself, and he was sort of Dexter Dunn's, first big drive over there, and really stamped him and put him on the map over there. So, yeah, we actually saw Better's Wish in the flesh this year. So, yeah, and he's a real handsome wee fella. He's not big, but yeah, he is gorgeous. So, right, so 317. So out of a Rock and Roll Hanover mare. So, I mean, there's a tick there, and a half sister to good performers, particularly those that performed in Australia. So got Tuapeka Jessie. She's won over 260,000 by Better's Delight, and Sugar Street Better's Delight, 136,000, including second in the WA Derby. So you'd think the click here with the Better's line's going to work. Colquitter is another good performer, was second in the New Zealand Sires Stakes 2-year-old final. So, kind of a lot of good age group performers. The notes that I have here, Handsome As, he lives up to his name, as he's a stunning, strong type, being suitable to race as a 2-year-old. Of course, from the traces back to the Tuapeka stud in West Otago. Her most recent colt sold for 80,000 at last year's yearling sale to Nathan Williamson. And the Dam Elegant Has is a very strong mare who leads strong foals and very good type. So, yeah.
Rightio. That's like 317. And then Dave, the last one, I'm presuming it's Dave. I should have checked that for Shard Farms. Haven't mentioned Shard Farms. They don't have a lot. It's funny, isn't it? Tim and Julie have got, I think, 3, maybe 4 in this next generation draft. But Shard Farms with only the one. This is Capture the Dream, another of the Captain Crunches. The Christian Cullen mare in Follow the Dream. This is a filly, 3 to race. 2 of those have already won.
Yeah, no, it is a lovely family. The second dam is West of Dream, which has done a magic job. Great family, and she was 2- and 3-year-old filly of the year. and won 4 Group 1 races. And the third dam was Dreamy Atom, a 2-year-old pacing filly of the year, and also Broodmare Excellent Award, producing Amazing Dream. So it can really produce cracking fillies, this family, and it is a hot family.
And of course, this is a filly this time, Dave. We've got this one right.
Yeah, got it right. Got it right this time round.
Capture the dream. And of course, the Christian Cullen cross, and it's an easy one for people to talk about, but it just works, and it works so well with the New Zealanders as well. It's you need it in your bloodlines, and especially when you're looking for a filly.
Yeah, well, the Christian Cullen leaves speed, doesn't he? And he was a super-looking horse, and he leaves. They've got quality written all over them. Anything out of a Cullen mare, so it should be a lovely looking filly.
It is indeed. I'm just going to do one thing before we finish up, but was there any more notes with that one, Dave? Sorry? No,
well, it's just the family is a lovely fillies family, this family, so that's all the notes that we have here. Just
one for the Australians while we're actually doing this, and I'm only going back to this horse because Katrina told me that it sold last year, so you can type in Elegant As, or you can just copy it. And I've got to go back to. Oh, yeah, I think I can do it. You go back to that same search bar just down here and put that name in there. That'll bring up. I think I have to click this. Okay, Elegant As. Maybe I could have done it the other way. Maybe I just had to click it. Sorry, but you'll see here the horses last year. So when Katrina said about the horse selling last year at Christchurch by Art Major, it was passed in at $30,000. It was obviously sold afterwards. So you can get the history of these dams very, very simply by just clicking on those lots. That's correct, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and it makes it a lot easier. I think a lot of Australians may not be aware of how easy it is to do that and be able to just look a bit of history up, I suppose, and go from there. There was one other one I did do one.
You've taught me.
Oh, didn't you know that one?
No.
Yes. My day's fulfilled. But yeah, it's quite a unique tool to go from there. Well, I'm happy. I thought I might have been only teaching the Australians, but I might have taught the Kiwis something as well. I think it was this family here. I think another of Timmy White's. Timmy's getting a lot of love today, but I think it was lot 178. That when you look back, because I know I was pretty sure one sold it.
Okay, Philly.
Yeah, but the mother sold the last 3 years, and you can actually see whichever horse it was, it's gone up $10,000. So one over the stars, bang. So yep, it's this one here. So go back, it goes back 2 years. So 2022, down the bottom here, you'll see the one at the Andover Hall sold for $70,000, which of course is looked to the stars. Majestic Stars, Brent White Racing bought it. They paid $80,000 for that. And of course, as horses go on and you get more and more of their pedigree going through the sales, those regular updates. So I find it a fascinating tool, and I think it's a very cool tool to be able to use probably, with when we're talking about this next generation people as well, because if they're looking at this, they'll be able to say, are we going to be in the ballpark or not? And be able to use a little bit of history to be able to see how they're traveling and where they're traveling.
Great. It's a good tool.
Yeah, and as I said, Katrina, I know what Katrina's going to be doing when we hang up. She'll be looking at it. Guys, thank you. We did say this one would go a little bit longer. We'll definitely be doing at least 2 more, maybe 3 more of these, and we'll target them. Plus, when photos come up, it's a lot easier once everyone's got their photos and their videos to come up. But we want to make sure that people are ready for the sales. February 18, it is at Christchurch when we're looking after the sales.
And a different format this year too, Paul, that only being 1 day. So that inspection day on Monday the 17th is going to be vital. So and the SBSR draft will all be up there early, so ready for inspection. Yep,
and to be honest, so the sale dates are the 15th of February, which is a Saturday in Auckland. Traditionally, the sales were on the Sunday and start selling on the Monday. Then last year, I know it was a travel day, but this year you have those 2 days. But don't waste it. You want to be there Monday. Monday is inspection day, and that's what it's going to be about, inspecting, parading, and getting in there, because I think the sale starts a little bit earlier, I think. Does it or not? I might be in trouble.
10 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, I would think that everybody will want to have their homework done
Yeah.
before Tuesday. So that
Absolutely.
Monday is going to be essential. And the other thing is SBSR, our annual yearling tour. So the 10th and 11th of February, so that week beforehand. So yeah, and then you get a bit extra time and see them. So anybody interested can contact Dave or myself in regards to that.
Yep, and it's 11 o'clock, Dave. I think it normally started at 12. So,
Oh,
yep.
yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Good. No, we're better off pointing this out to people. So, yeah, they'll start on the Tuesday. There's a large draft to get through. So don't think you can go back. Make sure you got all your notes and everything else done. And there'll be plenty of news coming out with those. And as I said, we'll be highlighting a lot of the draft of the SBSR horses going forward. We'll get everything done prior to your parade. We want people to go to that parade, be a part of it. It is a journey and it's an experience. And it's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It's great for the camaraderie, the trainers and the vendors and the preparers. You can sit around and talk after the day's out, and then the trainers and prospective purchasers can have a yarn. And it works out really good. And to be fair, the way the sales formatted now, it's just about imperative that the people, prospective buyers, have a good look prior to the sales.
Yeah, spot on. I think that's the most important thing. And I know last year I was over there for the carnival that's on now, the Central Otago Carnival, but the weather down south is sublime this time of year. It is a beautiful part of the world with green grass, so much to do. People want to have a holiday, go and have a holiday, but go to the farms and have a look at these horses, organise to have a look at the horses as well while you're down there. And I think that's one of the most important parts, to see them in their natural environment, if you like.
Yeah, I think too, one of the other things that we'd like to encourage, if you're a next gen owner, so you're a new participant, we'd really love to welcome you along and, start your journey off before you buy the horse. Because, going to an auction, it's super fun and it's exciting. And so if you'd like to come on a tour and things like that, look, we'd love to have you along and welcome you into, harness racing. So yeah, please just, reach out and we'd love to welcome you.
Great words, Katrina. Welcome you to harness racing. I think as an industry, that's what we have to do. We've got to welcome new people into the game and encourage them and continue to have the fun, because, it's a bit of a blast, Katrina. I reckon, like you guys have trained a couple of winners this year or breeding them. It doesn't matter where they are. I'm sure you're sitting back the other night enjoying Republican Party getting across the line first. But, you had one earlier in the year in Winton. I think that would have been just as big a kick. So it's a great sport, harness racing. We just undersell those kicks, those enjoyments a little bit, don't we?
Yeah, and it's about experiencing it on the whole way too, not just the wins, but, all the other stuff that goes into it. And as I said, going along and, trying to pick what is going to be the future champion out of that book is, it's a really neat experience. And, and there's nothing like an auction. And and like the yearling tours, the SBSR one and also the other areas, it's just a really nice way you mix with people of, similar interests. And and, I know down here you'll be treated like a king and fed like one too.
Tiramisu. That's what I'll say, but we won't go there. Just has Brad Steele had any of it yet?
Oh,
the tiramisu?
No,
he has not.
It's still on writing, so that's good. That one, I've told him about it, but that's good. It is fun. I think one thing we probably undersell, and I'm fortunate in the position that I am because I do get to meet so many breeders, Australia and New Zealand wide. But there is such a fun side to this sport that we don't probably portray enough. I think, we see Republican Party or Treacherous Girl win on the big nights, and we wait for the next night of racing, and if you like. But the journey's so much more when you're an owner. When you're invested in the game, the journey's so much more than just that, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And the people have similar thoughts, and that we all get together and we can have a great old discussion on breeding, racing, and entertain one another. And it's great. You meet so many friends, it broadens your horizons, that's for sure.
Yeah, it then becomes a journey. And I know both you guys have been across to America just recently and to the Breeders' Crowns. It just, I went across to Ireland, and that it's for people who are thinking of getting invested with the next generation. It is a great sport. We just probably shoot ourselves in the foot as far as our promotion of the smaller things. Winning the races is great, but the rest of the journey can be just as fulfilling as well. So, and having a bit of fun. I actually was thinking there before, Katrina, and if Cam's watching this, he might spit his coffee out, but maybe for these guys with the next generation, we might make Cam give them a couple of dummy runs, like so they understand how an auction might work, so that it's not as daunting when they're sitting up there in the in the stands, because it's no doubt they get a little barb or two from him too. So but it could be a great opportunity for them.
Yeah, and look, I mean, if you haven't been to an auction, you've got to go to an auction, and you've got to experience it live. And there's nothing to get your adrenaline pumping than putting your hand up and then seeing someone else put their hand up too. So I think anything that, as I said, like next gen, make sure that you get involved in the whole journey of actually purchasing a yearling, not just after the fact. So get involved.
I think it's very important to actually get involved prior to the sale, and as you say, enjoy the journey.
Yep, it's like a tennis match. Sometimes it can go bang, 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 bang sideways, and it is good. You sit there on your hands, because generally those ones are going up quite quick in dollars, so you make sure you don't have an itchy nose when that's happening. But it is fun to watch. And then other times, you watch the games as well. Go there and watch the games. People hiding behind other people, not wanting to be seen, yet they need to be seen to be able to get their bid in and things like that. So it is a lot of fun, guys. Thank you. Really appreciate it. As I said, this won't be the last one. There'll be plenty more of these coming, and go from there. But contact SBSR. All the numbers are on the page. You can go to nzbstandardbred.co.nz and click on, which button do I want? That one there. Just click on the upcoming sales, Christchurch. And as I said there before, type in the SBSR. Go through there, but the full catalogue is there, and also the Auckland one is there as well. So why did that not change over at Karaka? Going through there, I wasn't sure, Katrina. Anyone wondering and watching this, Katrina? It's got a nice shade of orange behind it. The backdrop, hasn't it?
Recognise that.
I did. I did see that. I actually thought the other orange was your banner, but it can't be. It just must be coincidence on the other side. But it does look very striking, and it pops off the screen. Katrina and David, thank you very much for joining me, and good luck. But as I said, we'll catch up again very shortly.
Thanks very much, Paul. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.